And I think we're live. I think we're live. Are we live? I don't know. Somebody help me. Let's check the YouTubes. Am I on the YouTubes? It doesn't look like. Does anybody know if I'm live? Please tell me if I'm live. Live stream, webcam. I have no idea if I'm live or not. All right, I'm gonna check in with my buddy to find out if I'm live. Am I live? I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I am. Oh, okay. My buddy Keith Carmona said I am live, so I guess it's working. I have no idea. So, holy shit! Sorry for wasting 5 minutes of your day. And yeah, here we are. This is my first live stream ever, and thank you, Keith Carmona. My buddy Jeremiah is going to be checking in. So, this is harder than I thought. Trying to get together a live stream plan, especially when you've never done it before and you want to go cross platform. So, right now, I believe I'm on Facebook. Keith says I'm on YouTube, so that's good. Jeremiah said I'm on Twitch. So, all right, here we go. So, first of all, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Alberto Melendez, and I promise you the next time I do this, I'll be working on the lighting because the situation is not as convenient or as best as I want it to be, but better this than nothing, I guess, in my world. Let's see if I can turn this camera around a little bit. There we go. More centered. Yeah, my name is Alberto Melendez, also Alberto311. In case the FBI or CIA drops down real quick and takes me away, my website is alberto301.com, and you can pretty much find all my info there, my newsletter and stuff like that. So, again, I'm using this Streamlabs app for the first time, and it's pretty foreign to me. It's like trying to learn French in a couple of days. And I got the we part down, we, monsieur, but not much everything else. So I actually did a comprehensive little note taking thing that stuff that I want to talk about and pretty much introduce the channel, give thanks to a lot of folks, and hopefully get to some drawing here and show you what I'm working on right now. So, first off, let me just say big apologies to the to the Geek HQ people on Twitch. I kind of hijacked this channel. Thank you, Jeremiah Slack, for helping me out with the Streamlabs, hooking it up, getting it together. Let me use your audience as a test run. So big apologies to you guys if you think you're here for a gaming streaming. It's not me. I have different kind of games, but not quite the ones you're probably looking at. But I do appreciate if you guys hang on. Maybe you'll like something. Maybe I can grab a couple of you guys to join me on my YouTube, my newsletter, and might interest you in some cool stuff like artwork and stuff. So, yeah, I'm doing this on July 4th. I know a lot of you who are not listening, you're probably out there drinking beer, playing horseshoe or cornhole, and I said cornhole. Sorry. But anyway, happy 4th of July to everyone. And for those of you guys that are on, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And hopefully something cool will come out of this. And as we go on, and I'll explain more about what's happening with me. So, again, thanks to Jeremiah Slack for helping me put this together with Streamlabs, because I was pretty much in the weeds, pretty lost as far as this whole streaming goes. I'm pretty sure there's a chat in here and have no clue how to do that. So if you guys are chatting at me, I'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure somehow in here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then Carla, this is Jeremiah's wife. Thank you so much for allowing him the time to help me out. I am, again, such a newbie and greenie. So I'm alive on 2 of them for sure. Did you remember to give? Hold on, Jeremiah's reaching out to me. Yeah, I did the Facebook and the YouTube. So you're alive on 2 of them for sure. Did you remember to give them a title and information, etc. going live? I think I did. I was hoping. Yeah, thank you, Carla, for letting this happen. So look for me every Monday. I'm going to try to hit about 6 p.m. Hold on a second. Closing the door there so my neighbors won't get too upset with me with all the loud talking and stuff. So on the 18th of this month, I might not be able to live stream. I'll see. I'll be away at 4-H camp in Sonoma County. Somewhere at a undisclosed location because everything's changed for Sonoma County 4-H camp. But I'll try to do a live thing there. Maybe no drawings, but sharing some stuff, short stuff. That's about it. Okay, so what I'm working on. What am I working on? So I'm gonna check in real quick because I have no idea. Hey Slack, if you're listening, there was something there. JG has subscribed. Who's JG? I have no idea. How do I see? Hey, is Jason here? How do I see my live chats? Twitch. Only got the Twitch one on. Ah, I see. Stream chats, users in chat. I don't know how to do this. I'll try to get on my Facebook, see how that's going. This sucks. I tell you, it's gonna be a shit show. If anybody saw my video, I think I see myself. Yeah, there I am. Oh, I can see some. So I have my iPad going on this side. Turn down this volume. And I can see you guys kind of on my iPad. It's going to be a little delay, but yeah, thank you guys. Keith Carmona says, looking good. We're live. Evan Quiring saying, hiya. Carmona Evan. JG, hey man, how are ya? So, I've been enjoying the pages on Patreon. JG. Who are you, JG? I don't know who you are. So, yeah, and the rest of you guys, well, hang on. So, I'm going to start working on this piece here, as you can see. Thank you, Slack, again, for helping me hook up my iPhone. Let me see if I can move this out of the way. So, yeah, my iPhone up here is acting as one of my cameras. And I'm like in heaven because I wasn't sure how I was going to do 2 cameras. But now you know. So, and one of your patrons, I have a different handle I use. Got it. That's JG. So I can only guess who that is. Oh, I think I know who you are now. I actually wrote down your name. So, in fact, while we're talking about Patreon, I don't have any way to have learned how to put up graphics yet, but I promise I will be practicing more and more. I'm gonna put in like my little Patreon up there, a little site, and so while we're on Patreon, I want to thank my Patreon supporters, and I'll just say the names and JG, so I think I know who you are. I want to thank Pete Cooper, Garth Haslam, Joy Garlington, Amy Bruni. So Amy Bruni is my niece, and if you guys watch Kindred Spirits or any of the Ghost Hunters, she's the beautiful redhead, and she supports me, and I love my Amy. She's a rocker. Kathy Botterini, longtime friend, awesome person who ran a comic book store, the Comic Book Box in Petaluma, then moved to Katati. The time I think she's kind of retired right now and enjoy life. So, Kathy, thank you so much. Jimmy Cravens and his beautiful wife, Catherine Cravens. Thank you so much for all the support throughout the years and what you've done for Kieran, my son, who's 17 and is working at Jack in the Box. But he gave his 2-week notice today because pretty much done. He pulled through though. I'm very proud of him. Keith Carmona, you are out there. And yeah, Keith is part of the Scattered family, comics family. And he has a book also. His name of the book is Dr. Dream. He has a couple other, I don't have them on hand right now. I'm going to explain a little something after I read out the rest of these names. So, Con Tran, one of my airsoft buddies, cosplayers, you're amazing. Thank you for the support. Katie Talbot, awesome editor. She's going to be working on future projects of mine, and she's already done a lot of the editing for the comic books. If you look at my inside covers, I'll show some of that. This is weird talking to a screen and not actual people. Fuck over. Sorry. All right. Teresa Lanzatella Ross. I like that middle name because she's Italian, and that sounds just very Italian. So Barry Young, co-worker, ex-co-worker. I hear you're retired also. I'm retired. And then my buddy Bert Nieves from Camden, New Jersey. We grew up together as kind of like young outsiders because we were into the nerd stuff that a lot of our peers were not into. And at some point, we just didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I want to hear a Rock Lobster, read comic books, and listen to whatever and watch whatever we want. And he was also my inspiration, and I think he told me once that I was his, so I apologize for that. Bert. Anyway, so some of you might know or may not know, but I went through a coma over a year ago. So my brain is still dysfunctional of sorts. I was just watching the Thor trailer, and Jane Foster now bears the hammer of Thor, Mjolnir or whatever how you pronounce it, and it's kind of a fractured thing, and it kind of connects, and I think that's how my brain has been. I'll get to the point where I just need to go into the dark and just sit it out for about an hour and let my brain refrag itself and connect. So if I start studying words or forgetting things, it's definitely a COVID thing, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people out there. So in 10 years from now, I don't know what America or the world's going to look like, but there's going to be a lot of COVID brains out there, and it's going to be scary. So anyway, thank you, Patreon guys. Go check out my Patreon on my website. They'll connect you there. All my socials, Alberto311. And let me get to this drawing and explain it to you. Look at that, 17 minutes gone, and some of you guys are still hanging on. Fucking amazing. I am good, JG. Thank you very much. Keith Carmona says he had one beer. Awesome. Yeah, so this photo right now, hopefully you can see it. I'm going to make it bigger real quick so you guys can zoom in. So this is a character called Tack Rabbit. And Tack Rabbit, it's really based on my son's persona when he goes airsofting. And I wish I had the image to pull up, but I'll share that with my Patreon people. Um, but as an airsofter, we started getting a little personas. His was Tack Rabbit, but Tactical Rabbit. So I decided, let's try and make a T-shirt out of this. So this is going to be one of my new projects. I'm also working with TeePublic and Redbubble. So I'm going to add this week my Ant Farm issue 1 cover and make it as a T-shirt. So, if you guys don't know, Ant Farm 1, if you have a copy, awesome. This is my sample copy. I have to restock these. I have the Random Survivors Club, which Liam, the Tack Rabbit character, and my other son, Kieran, at the bottom there. They're in the zombie apocalypse in Petaluma. It's a nice little awesome story that I put together, starring them and their friends, and then some of their friends that I might have not liked as much. Just kidding. I didn't say that, did I? But anyway, check out. It's all this is on my website, and some of it you can read for free. So have at it, have fun. I'll just share these other things real quick, and then I'll get to some drawing and some chatting. Jack-O-Lantern is a book I wanted to do for a couple of years. It's an adult story, mostly about a woman that gets abused and kind of like Left 4 Dead in a pumpkin field. So it's a darker story, an adult version story. Something that I basically wanted to delve my hand into, and because I did 4-H for so long that I felt I need to grow up a little and be okay with that, and people just have to accept me. So that's it for now. And I'm working on book 2 of Ant Farm, and JG, sorry, there's a couple more pages coming, and by the end of this month we should have that all wrapped up, and hopefully at the printers. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so again, this is my first video, so I'm going to introduce you a little bit to the process of my drawings. And then I do have more notes and more shit to talk about. And honestly, if anybody wants to join me in live streaming, I would greatly appreciate it, because I kind of want to make it as a live podcast. So I want to introduce storytellers, writers, creators, whoever. Just sit down, even if it's just 10 minutes of the live stream. So, and each live stream is going to be under an hour, because I don't know if my brain can take more than that. So, I got these weird reflections in my glasses. Oh, it's from the light. Yeah, that thing. I was trying to get more light on me, but anyway. So, this is how I usually start my drawings. It's with a blue pencil, kind of like breaking down what I want. And I lost the other pages that I want. Under here, this was not me. This was my granddaughter, Pearl, who decided that, yeah, everything in this place is her canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and play around. I promise I will get this down to a science, but the next time. So, all right, let's open this up a little bit, I guess. All right. So once I get my sketches down and I understand this is blue pencil, it's just something I can use regular pencil, but just something to goof around. I usually use printer paper for most of my sketches and everything, because it's cheap and I can just play as much as possible. So when I started this piece, I decided I'm gonna go more loose base. Sorry, guys. Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm gonna get this thing down. Swear to God, I'm gonna put in an insane asylum. So my pencil of choice has been a couple over the years, and right now I'm refined to using basically it's just a lead holder, just holds leads, and has a sharpener. These sharpeners are about $8. Um, and I like it because it can give me the stiffness that I want. I've broken a lot of like technical pens. The leads on these are a lot thinner and a lot more brittle. You can get finer, but again, they break. So anyway, all right, let me check the chat board real quick. So I am wanting to. You got this, my friend. Carla said, "Oh, I love you, Carla. Thank you." Geek HQ or G33K HQ. They're awesome people who are into pop culture. There goes my cover. Sorry, JG. If you want to join him, I can send you the invite. Anybody who wants to join, Jeremiah can send you an invite. Catherine Elizabeth, hey, she's here, maybe late, but I made it. She was out partying with her parents, so okay. I'm gonna switch this window here. Hey, I wonder if. Oh, there it is. I'm getting this, guys. Sorry. You guys, this is so cringy. There you go. I'm getting this window down. All right, much better. So, usually I do this tighter, especially the rust. When it comes to like here, I want to add pockets and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and just play a little bit with this because I don't have reference ready to go. Usually I'll have reference on Liam stuff, so I'm just going to make pretend like I do. So basically, of course, drawing is all about your style. Gotta grab one thing, guys. Hold on. Thank you guys again for supporting me and this whole endeavor. And fuck COVID. COVID pretty messed me up for the last year. Kind of getting back. So I like to have a piece of paper to lay my hand on and keeps my oils off the page. So when I go to ink, it's a lot easier. I don't even know if I'm doing anything right, but at the end of the day, thank you guys. So here I know it's his belt. I got to get the waist part down. I think I went a little too high on this. So I'm going to have to go back in the waist. So this is the best part of the drawing process. It's all this putting it together and just laying it down, trying to get everything pretty much dialed in. And then that's when you can go in and do all your fine details. So yeah, the waist should probably usually do like a circle here for waist area, pelvic area, and it goes with the stick figure and how the hands go. So pelvic area over here where the hips connect. I'm gonna bring that leg up in motion. And because I'm running out of room down here, bring this leg up a little higher. Maybe he is basically foot off the ground, foot off the ground. Some ground. I want some debris, maybe. If I can, maybe a milk carton with Keith Carmona or Evan. face on there is missing children or adults. And then usually I'll put some quite like light lines if I want buildings back here, trees, debris, or spaceships, or whatever. So, thank you. Catherine Elizabeth says I'm so cute. Evan Corian, look him go. Look at him go. Thank you, JG. It's all good. So, here we go. Getting that pelvis down a little bit. All of this is a lot. It's gonna be really light. So, and everything really is about perspective, right? Your character's in perspective the entire time. So this, I use cylinders still, the old Marvel way of drawing. I still follow. That was one of the best books I ever had. I must have been like 11 or 12 when I picked that up. And for me, that was been my Bible for the longest time. So How to Draw the Marvel Way. It was incredible with some of my favorite artists in there. So again, cylinders over here for the bottom portion of the leg, and then the foot. And a lot of this crap pretty much sucks to draw. But luckily over the years, I've done that muscle memory where I know where my brain and my hand need to be. COVID fucked that up a little bit, but that's okay. So here we go with this left leg. We're going to move that leg like it's moving towards the viewer. And maybe this one angled back a little bit. Well, no, let's keep this one moving forward. And the foot. So, is that good? I'm not entirely happy with it. Checking a little bit for proportions. Yeah, and I'm going to add a little bit of things that I know have to go in here. I'm going to add a pocket over here. Pocket. And then tactical belt. Maybe some pockets. So a lot of this is messy. I was talking to somebody earlier today about why don't I use a blue pencil? Because blue pencils, I think it was Evan. It was yesterday, actually. Right, Evan? And yeah, again, with the blue pencil, it's really hard to kind of erase the blue pencil. So if I decide, okay, you know, I want to move that character over here, I still have this little blue pencil layout and stuff like that, which kind of messes with my head a little bit. And then Evan went, hey, how about one of these electric erasers? And I'm like, huh, you fancy dog, yeah. Look at you. So I guess part of this world that we live in, and with COVID, it kind of detached us, but in a weird way brought us, or gave us another tool on how to connect. Like, we don't have to be in the same room anymore. I'm going to give William his vest here, which he has pockets on his vest. I know. So, I don't know if Jason Doobie's on here, but he's an amazing artist. I have some of his artwork right here, and he's hella fast. He can draw these images like on his live stream. He can do 2 or 3 of these in 1 hour. I can barely get my pencil ready to draw in an hour. So, bless you, Doobie, and I just don't know what I was talking about. Oh, the electric pencil, but yeah, the connection that we can talk to people long distance. Evan's in Canada, and get that info. Talk to people, get info like about the eraser. My son Kieran was talking to someone today, and I'm like, see, if you want to gotten out the house, he wouldn't have got that info. He wants to be a musician of sorts. So, all right, I'm taking a quick break. So, because I have shit I wrote down, and I want to make sure I take care of it. So I'll use this. Sorry. All right. So I thank all my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. Okay, you sucked. Pen. So yeah. Other thing on my notes is go to my socials. Follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna start doing a lot more of that stuff, and TikTok, a lot more YouTube stuff. So thank you guys already on YouTube, Facebook. If you're out there, if you're making comments, I'm not able to see it right now, but I promise that by next time I'll have it figured out. There are Twitchers who I hijacked. They're making a little bit of comments. So Scattered Comics, the site might be down, but that's the part of the group we are. And it's kind of like a conglomerate community of creators. So I want to thank a couple people there. Jason Doobie, Evan Quiring, Raina Gillette Young, and Keith Carmona. So Keith Carmona is doing Dr. Dream. Raina, she's just got a book out. Slasher Girl. Sorry, brain. Haven't got it yet, but it's on order on Amazon, so I'm gonna go pick it up. And she's an amazing writer, and I'll talk a little bit more about my writings that's gonna be happening here soon. And Evan again, Murder City, and Jason. Well, he does everything. He's nonstop. Check out either my newsletter or the Scatter site if it's back up. And yeah, checking on those folks. They're awesome. So, all right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the writing as I do some drawing here. Don't use the pen because that would suck. I am so nervous. Why did I do this? Kurt Nicholas, hey, he's checking in. Hi, buddy. Retiree from Golden Gate Transit. Keith Carmona, great book. JG, love the weapon. Thank you. That's Liam's favorite gun when we airsoft. I'll promise I'll put more pictures like once I figure out how to do that. But it's a 416, which is awesome. JG's now subscribed to my YouTube channel. She rocks. Keith Carmona, yeah, it's still down. Jason's aware. All right, Jason Doobie, get on that shit. So I'm gonna put this on here. In fact, I'm gonna change this pocket. Oh well, it's still gonna be there because you don't really get rid of the pocket. I don't know where I learned how to do these folds in here. This is kind of like where the fly is on your pants. But somehow I learned somewhere to pick that up, and now it's like everything I draw has to have it, unless it's spandex. And yeah, just some squiggly lines there, some little folds that's gonna be happening while he's moving, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, and then he's gonna be wearing fatigues, so we're gonna make them a little loose, not too tight. No spandex fatigues that I know of. Although when I was in the military, I did see some Army personnel make spandex out of their fatigues. I just think they were hitting the mess hall a little too hard. So, all right, we're gonna put a drop leg here, pistol. Again, this is very loose. I'll do the detail stuff later. I was talking to Evan the other day about my style of drawing and how I learned it. And I started watching a lot of manga artists. And yeah, they're freaking amazing, man. I just don't know how they train themselves to draw so fast and make some amounts. And I realized, well, shit. They just draw loose like this, and then they finish it off with inks. So when I ink, I used crow quills or dip pens, or G pens as the Japanese calls them. So If you can see that on screen, there's some underneath. Um, for when I'm drawing people or fabric or whatnot, I use India ink to drop. This is a special India ink, and then the whiteout for when I make, you know, those occasional mistakes. So, but when I draw like anything technical, like buildings or man-made, I use microns. These are really good, but wear out really fast, especially if you abuse them. So I only use them again for man-made stuff because this man-made stuff, it depends. It's so hard, especially if you have to use a ruler. And by the way, I want to share this with any creators out there. The best ruler I've ever found, especially when drawing lines or anything, is these plastic see-through ones, because it has lines and you can line them up like at the edge of the paper, so you don't need a T-square as much. Same thing going upright and then up and down, or it's just amazing. One of the things I found, and I'm like, where have you been all my life? I think I've only been using this for a year. Incredible stuff. All right, guys. Oh my God, it's 20 minutes left, and whoever's still here, you guys deserve a drink and a medal and a badge and a Christmas present or something for sticking around. So, yeah, still down. Jason's aware, and that's about it. Everything there. See how much more I can get in here for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna do a drop down leg. I'm gonna make it a canvas kind of thing. I don't tend to put shadows in anything, and if I do, I'll just tend to like make it block somewhere, and then an X. That means that's where I'm going to lay a lot of inking. So let's go to his boots. His leg looks pretty good. Right there. So I want to. Learning perspective is probably one of the biggest things that I recommend to any artist, especially foreshortening or anything, because once you know perspective, you'll know more or less how everything's going to lay out on your page. I've seen a lot of art where like the dude's here or the building is in an off angle, or so basically perspective is just making, so let's say this is my ground. So I'm going to make this because you're not able to see anything past that, but I can make this here like my horizon line, HL, and then everything, buildings, trees, people will all go down to this line here as far as disappearing, and that's all it is. So like this leg right here, it's going to disappear a little bit because it's more backwards. So that foot definitely should not be as big as that one. And this one should be a lot bigger. So feet, hands, and nose were my Achilles heel. And I was trying to be that comic book artist that I always wanted to be. And I'm like, I can do this. And it took years and years of trying to figure out how does feet work. And I actually heard this from a lot of artists that they would avoid drawing feet, hands, nose. It was a hard one to avoid, but if they can, they would. So, putting the calf there a little bit. Oh, how's it looking? Sorry, I don't know if I'm in the camera. Was I off camera? So yeah, let me talk a little bit about Project Demon. So last September, and actually prior to that, I decided I wanted to become a novelist, write books. Little shoelaces there. I always told myself, I'm never going to be a novelist. I'm not good enough. There's no way. Writing a comic book is different because all you do is like page one, panel one, tack rabbits running through the streets, and then you can just show that in your art, right? And then the dialogue. Put some words down here. So anyway, so last December we decided to work on this project about demons. There was gonna be four of us, and one of our members tapped out early on. I'm like, whoa, we're gonna write 20,000 words each. And then my son Kieran, who was part of this too, his head wasn't in the right place, so I understand. He's a kid, and so that left only two of us. So me and Summer. So then we decided to open it up. We needed help to this project Demons, so we are doing an anthology book. Our authors so far are going to be Kathy Bottarini. She's already submitted 3 stories. She's a badass. Thank you, Kathy. Myself, my nephew, Andrew Biltz, who worked on a project called Horoscope. So he's got his toes dipped in to the novel arena. Ariana Crisfulli and Wyatt Bessing, they're both part of my writing critique group, and they both submitted, and so far I'm impressed. I'm really excited about their stuff. Debbie Hughes, longtime friend and Renaissance Fair friend, and just all around good person. She's gonna go in. Hannah Vandermeer, she's my 15-year-old buddy who submitted a great story called The Devil's Butthole, and I'm really excited for you guys to read that. Nicole Hammond, Raina Gillette Young, again, part of the Scattered family, and a kind of like a horror novelist herself, and she writes young horror for kids and stuff, but also she's Miss Misery in the horror show. All the links and stuff you can find on my website through my newsletter. But she's a badass also. So, and Summer Rain McLaren, she's got her own book that she's pitching about pirates and fairies and love adventure. And Lucas Dillon, who's actually Summer's brother, is going to be joining the crew to help me out with some music that we're going to put together for the video that we want out there. So I'm going to fix his foot because it's not happening. So anyway, so with Project Demon, it's going to be actually Project Writer. It's going to be the name of the company per se. So every year we're going to come out with a new theme. So I think next year we're going to do Project Robot, and that's going to be open to a lot more people. So if you guys are interested, let me know. We can use the words. I'm trying to get at least a 70,000 word book out there. And originally it was going to go to Amazon straight there. I think, anyway, someone mentioned, I think it was Kathy Bottarini. She said, why not go to Kickstarter or Summer, one of those two? And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Why don't we go to Kickstarter? Because it will get into more people's hands and not get lost. And I'm not liking this foot. Sorry, guys. This happens. This is why it takes me so long to draw. So, try to elevate this. So starting August 1st, that's going to be our launch to the Kickstarter. We're going to go for a $500 goal. And my nephew suggested, hey, go with 777. That's a lucky number for Las Vegas. And I'm like, sure, why not? I believe we can make a couple $1,000 on this, or at least 1,000. This foot's giving me a lot of problems, guys. So I am gonna take a step back. And I don't understand why he's giving me problems. So I'm overthinking it. Here's the heel. Hey, anybody watching The Boys? Season 3 on Amazon Prime. It's so good. I can't believe how much they're pushing the envelope as far as the storytelling that they're doing right now. It's just amazing. A lot of it's not for just shock and awe. Okay, I'm gonna give that a break because it's freaking annoying me right now. Yeah, good stuff, guys. Highly recommend it, especially for storytellers. This is how they can get away with it. So, I'm just gonna put a silencer on here, and I have no reference. So I'm gonna lay this down. I'll come back with details and stuff like that. But I really appreciate you guys joining me and supporting me, and all you crazy people out there. Evan Query, and I have not watched The Boys yet. I watched Stranger Things 4, however. I have not watched Stranger Things yet, but actually that's on my list. G33Q, yeah, Project Demon, Project Writer sounds awesome. So yeah, open to the public. I'm gonna right now. I think we have about 10 authors. It's still open, so anybody interested who, or you might know who might be interested in writing. Basically, it's a 30 or sorry 3,000 word minimum, or in or around. You can go more or less, and then up to 20,000 words. So all the money that we get from Kickstarter, it's going to go to all the authors, and it's going to be divvied up by word count. So if you have a 3,000 word count and someone else has a 10,000 word count, my niece Summer, she knows all the math on how to do that together because my brain is not really filling that out. Yeah, it's open. I still got a few more slots. It'd be nice to know by the 15th of this month, because I'm putting the Kickstarter together and I want to put everyone's names on there, and then hopefully get like a 5-second or 7-second clip of all the authors' video, and we're gonna put it together, have some music on top, and again, some of the stories are pretty awesome and pretty disturbing. And then the only thing that the biggest requirement is that we can get it into somewhat libraries or bookstores without truly getting ostracized, and that it has the word demon in it. So it doesn't have to be about a demon, sorry. It could be a wagon, that kids are riding down the street and it's called Demon, or a baseball bat named Demon, or someone who acts like a demon. The story I'm introducing, it's going to be about an actual demon, but kind of living a normal, semi-normal life in San Francisco. But then we find out more of his dark traits, and it is what it is. So hopefully you guys join us for that and be part of that too. So Kickstarter starting August 1st, and we will be launching by November. The books will be going out. So it's going to be, we're working on the rewards right now. Hardbacks, brain, bookmarks, and we don't know. There's other things. Gonna try to keep it as low as possible and easy as possible. So yeah. Shout out to my nephew Robbie for the Kickstarter that we just finished ended, and I should have got my part done sooner, but I went through last couple months. I went through a COVID issue, and where my brain was really shutting down, and he actually kind of told me what might have happened. I might have been losing oxygen to the brain. So joined the gym. Thank you, Kitty Talbot, Catherine Elizabeth, for talking me into joining the gym, and I think that's been helping bringing more oxygen to the brain. So I got a checkup with a doctor, so we can talk more about it and maybe get a brain scan and see what really is going on. All right, last 10 minutes, guys. I wanted to lay down a little bit of ink, so maybe you can see how my inking process is. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go with Coco. Lord. Buy me a Mercedes Benz. Typically, I'll have this table like laid flat when I ink because it's just much easier. But right now, I could probably do it. It's just a little hassle with this drawing table. So there we go. I don't normally draw with my glasses. All right. So I'm going to go with the ears first. Usually you have two lamps, but this lamp over here got broken. Yeah, I accidentally knocked it off. And I'm usually a lot closer. So. So for the Random Survivors comic book, I'm hoping to get issue 2 done this year. And this is where I'm going to introduce Tack Rabbit. All the airsofters. My son Kieran, he played, well, his code name was Calamari. So that's a whole there. I don't tend to do cross hatching until I get all the line work first. All the this camera is in my way. Usually I'm a lot closer. I'll figure this out. I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry, that's the other issue I'm having is like, yeah, I have to set up a mic. I'm realizing. So. Thank you again for being here. I am pretty much honored having you guys here and inspire me to really get back into creating. So, I don't know, can you guys see that? Or no, I'm off screen. Sorry. So much stuff to consider. Anyway, just thinking to set the phone better. All right, let me check off my list real quick because just realized we're running out of time. So, all right. So Project Demon. Check out my newsletter. What else fails? Go to alberto31.com. That's my website. So if you have any questions, 3 minutes left. So for the rest of the year, my goals are I am writing a novel. It's called Underlying. That's part of my writing group. And it should be ready in September, at least for going out to publishers and agents and all that good stuff. So I'm going to finish up the Kickstarter this month, get that done. Project Demon, August launch. MFAR number 2 this month will be done. I will be sending a copy out to all my Patreon people as a thank you for your support. JG and everyone else. So, and then for the rest of the year, by December, I plan to get 5 issues done of MFAR and put it together as a graphic novel. So that way it'll be a nice little coffee table book. And if I can get Random Survivors 2 done, I want to do that. But then if I have another window and I have extra energy, I want to plan to finish Jackie Lantern, finish the color of that, and get the second issue done. So for 2023, another novel series, so young adult, I'm going to go with a Gypsy Moth series. It's kind of like a steampunkish Victorian era, but set in the 2020s because they lost track of time. And it's about witches fighting the Fae, and the witches were on the losing side in the 1800s, and now they're back. So, and also I want to start my book that I've been working on for like 15 years. It's called The Spanish Armada, the Knights of Santiago Spanish Armada, but I want to tell it from the Spanish side. And it's really amazing, but more on that later. Then I want to do a crossover with Evan queering Murder City Devil and Keith Carmona's Doctor Dream. So it'll be hopefully a three-way. Not that you guys, dirty minds, Jesus Christ. Yeah, and of course more issues of Antform in the coming year. So pretty much it's time. I hope you got a little sample. I promise to be more on top of this. I'll be talking to some of the pros who've done this before. Jeremiah Slack. And I just want to thank all of you guys for being here and putting up with me for the last hour. And we'll see you in the funny papers. Look for my newsletter coming out there more soon. And join me on Patreon and all that other stuff. Now I don't know how to turn this off. Jeremiah, help. I have no idea. Okay. I'm going to